Okay, I'm not gonna lie. This is kind of sleeper for me at the moment. Um, okay, so now I'm gonna be going over one of these online predator catchers, Skeeter Gene. Now, excuse me. Generally speaking, like this stuff is brain rot, and I have a problem with this overall. So I'm mainly looking at this. I will admit though, it's entertaining. Um, But that being said, I'm not gonna be like, oh, you need to subscribe to Skeeter Gene. I'm mainly looking for how they go about this process. Skeeter Gene has been one of the only predator catchers that's been responsible in how he goes about his catching. Recently, he's been working more with police. However, I do believe there's some areas where he misses the mark. But I'm gonna give this a go, and yeah, see how it goes.
These men are trying to meet up with teenagers online.
Do you have kids of your own?
Yeah,
What would they think of this?
they probably disowned me.
They think they're talking to actual teenagers, but in reality, they're talking to an adult decoy posing as one on the other end.
You say 14?
Yeah,
Oh my god, that's too young.
I act older though.
You having a good Saturday night? How's it going?
Not only is it immoral and downright disgusting, but it's illegal. And these guys know that very well.
You won't believe some of their excuses.
I don't have no intentions to try to do anything, but
You don't.
I don't.
What about when you said that you wanted to slide your hands up and down her
He was
back?
talking to me like that at first.
They come in all different shapes and sizes.
This poor judgment on my part to ever continue the conversations.
Just want to let you know you've just been skeeted.
What is skeeted?
No, I'm Skeet Hansen with the Predatorial Investigation Unit. I'm Skeet Hansen with the Predatorial Investigation Unit. I'm Skeet Hansen with the Predatorial Investigation Unit.
Yeah, I don't like. So at least he's working with police now, as far as I can tell. Like there's been enough of a legal basis to where the police can come in and apprehend potential child predators, in which I really need to make this clear. I'm not apologizing for these pieces of shit. Like, it's disgusting that there are predators that would take the time and act on this. However, I've noticed with a lot of this content, YouTube has removed it because there's a legal basis behind it. It's also made it so even if someone does get arrested and apprehended, like in a defense court, if you harass these people, they could just throw the trial out the window, claiming it was entrapment or shit like that. I'm not a lawyer, by the way, and and to give credit to these predator catchers, I think they believe in what they're doing. However, it does put people in potential danger. Like, I understand exposing the predator and letting people know. However, it also can harass people that aren't directly involved. So say one of the predators, or alleged predators, I should say, has a wife. People don't just go after the predator. They might go after the person's wife, dox him. There's a whole bunch of legalities behind this, so I'm at least glad that Skeeter is taking a responsible approach now. However, I can't say the same for other channels.
I'm Skeet Hansen with the Predatorial Investigation Unit, and these are the dangers of your kids using the internet unsupervised. I hope you've brought your appetite because we've got a lot of predator pasta to dish out here.
It's always risky business when you're chatting online with someone who told you they're 13. But it's even riskier business when you're standing out on the corner at night in the north side of Philadelphia. It's probably not the best place to stand around.
I thought it was always sunny in Philadelphia.
But Eric here was committed to picking up his date. In the city where it's always sunny, Eric managed
It wasn't sunny in that clip. You're fucking lying to me, Skeet.
to find a way to darken it up with his predatory actions. Now, usually it's all good in the hood, but that wasn't the case here with Eric. We set up an online profile, posing as a teen girl. For about 4 months, Eric carried on a very sexually charged conversation with who he thought was a 13-year-old girl. And on a lonesome September night, he decided to drive an hour and a half to pick her up and bring her back to his house, where his 10-year-old daughter and mother lived. That's a pretty bold move, if you ask me. But as soon as Eric arrived, his world turned upside down when he was greeted by me and a Philadelphia police officer. Eric's chat log was very interesting. At one point, he said that he was a gentleman, but he also knew how to thug it out.
He says that he's a gentleman and a real man, but he can also thug it out. Can you now, Eric? You can thug it out.
It's a saying. It's from
Thug it.
Max. I'm not
Gotcha,
saying
you're
it
a-
any type of way like this.
Okay.
Saying,
Well, I gotta wonder where your dogs are at now.
This is all you got, right?
But I would say that he was getting thugged on by some of the bystanding residents when he came out to the hood.
Now let me get my phone and tell my kids to come to the.
Yeah, I have problems with things like this because, while trying to get evidence on a potential predator might be a good thing, and I'm sure this guy is a piece of shit. I have no idea. It depends what they show on the video, and if it goes to court and the guy gets arrested. However, this causes a mob mentality where people decide that they want to step in and also take action. It's a lot of vigilante justice, but it ends up getting people hurt and potentially killed. So Skeeter Jean has been responsible in bringing these alleged predators to a hotel or something with a cop in there. So it's just a one-on-one conversation. But mob mentality is a real thing.
Door.
And like it or not, it's going to sound like apologia, but I promise you it's not. While these predators are pieces of shit, they're still human. Like they should deserve the opportunity for some sort of phrasing. They should have some sort of opportunity to receive help for their urges, even though them taking action is a piece of shit move.
The block is hot, and so is the fire that Eric lit under his ass when he came to pick up a 13-year-old girl. The things he said in this chat log will shock you. The girl says that she's 13 and asks Eric if he's okay with that. Eric says, yeah, that's fine. Maybe you can meet my daughter sometime. She's 10, LOL. The conversation goes on for a few weeks, and Eric starts catching feelings for this imaginary girl. Eric says, babe, I feel like I can talk to you about anything. No one understands me like you do. You ever had sex? The girl says no, she's a virgin. Eric
Yeah, shit like this is disgusting. Not gonna lie.
then sends a graphic image of himself and says that he's going to pop that cherry. As the day of the meetup approaches, Eric offers to buy some illegal narcotics so that he and the girl can party like a rock star. And that's only the tip of the iceberg. His chat log is so disturbing that we can't show it on YouTube. Just know that it's very X-rated. Eric was very excited to pick up his 13-year-old date, but I had other plans in store for him. We came across this Eric guy on a dating app somewhere in the summer of 2020.
Also, a little bit disconcerting that they say that they can't show it on YouTube. Just censor a lot of the language. I mean, maybe it could get them removed. However, it's just kind of weird when they're like, just take our word for it. But from the sound of it, this guy's not Skeet, but the guy that they're finding is a piece of shit.
22. He held a very sexually charged conversation with who he thought was a 13-year-old girl for around 3 or 4 months. Now, as you know, we're based in Michigan, and this Eric fellow was in the Philadelphia area. So on a Friday afternoon back in September, we hopped on a flight from Detroit to Philadelphia to confront him. We're pretty dedicated here at the Predatorial Investigation Unit. So we land in Philadelphia and get in our rental car, and we start heading to our designated sting house that we were renting. As we approach our destination, the neighborhood gets more and more sketchy as every minute goes by. When you start to see cars popping curbs in order to park, you know you're not in the best area, so that made us a little bit nervous. Eric chatted online with this 13-year-old girl for around 4 months or so, and he became borderline obsessed with her. At some point, he made the picture of the decoy that we were using his actual phone.
Hey, Sidious, thank you for the tier 1 sub to Cripple Punk. How you doing, my friend? We're time to jump into the jet stream. Welcome to the jet streams, Sidious. Do it. Right now, we're going over one of these videos on people catching online predators. This one's Skeeter Gene, who's a little bit more responsible compared to other ones I've seen. Just grabbed a beer with a little guy and waifu, now settling into the weekend. Hell to the fuck to the... Hell yeah! But I'm looking at how this guy uses his methods to catch predators, and he's working with cops, so that's good. Might do a trip tomorrow to a lake like an hour and a half away and do a hike and stuff. Oh, that should be fun as fuck. Hell yeah.
Phone screensaver. It's borderline infatuating how invested he was.
Yeah, a lot of the... So, he's doing it right, and one of the major criticisms, I don't remember if you were here for it, Sidious, when Epic Prawn and I were talking about it. And I really need to make this clear. I am not doing apologia for these alleged predators. But sometimes it can throw out cases that detectives have been working on. I appreciate that he's more responsible in this, but even then he's not perfect. Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah, that's right.
And this 13-year-old girl that did not exist. It's really a bit sad if you think about it. From the point of...
I really need to reiterate, as much as people like this do these alleged actions are pieces of shit, like it or not, they're still human. And based off of just the beginning of this video, there's a kind of a mob mentality that starts against the predator. Now, mob mentality is a real thing. It does put people in danger, and I don't like this guy. Just based off of the video, I'm not meant to like him. However, let the authorities do their job. Mob mentality can get people killed.
The first contact to the point where we actually met Eric face to face, we took over 200 screenshots of his conversation, which of course would equate to over 200 pages of printed chat logs. I mean, you're talking about a short novel here. And if that...
Oh, and you missed the part where the Dads Against Predators go to confront the guy, and they're essentially harassing the dude. They're basically looking for a fight. Like, they come in with, like, we're just trying to understand your mindset, but they're looking for a fight, for sure. And it got to a point where they were just essentially harassing the dude. And even if the guy got arrested for the crimes, a defense attorney could be like, look, obviously this was entrapment. They meant to try to start a fight with this guy. There's no way you can consider him to be guilty. Yeah, that's fair. If they swing first, yeah, like you got to defend yourself.
It doesn't shock you. Just know that he also has a 10-year-old daughter of his own. He would send pictures, videos.
A lot of the other problems too is there's like a, I don't want to quantify people doing shitty things. That's what they were saying, but you could tell they were itching for them to swing. Yeah, they really were, especially by the end of that Vox video. Vice, excuse me. Shit, I forgot what I was gonna say. Meh, I'll come back to it.
Of him playing with this little girl. Even during the recorded phone calls, you could hear his daughter in the background, and he would be playing with his daughter while he was talking to this 13-year-old girl that he was sexually and romantically invested in. 3 years older than his own daughter.
It's sad too because these people, while they're doing vigilante justice, they could actually do really good work working with police departments. And some of them they're like, no, police departments don't do it, when the police are just like, hey, we need to gather evidence so that we can arrest this guy. Like, we can't just arrest someone willy-nilly. Like, there needs to be enough evidence for us to detain this person and then take him to court to where he could be considered guilty. Now, another issue I have with these channels, too, is they go out of their way to confront predators. I get it. Like, they're trying to stop people from doing immoral, like, egregious actions, for sure. However, in their content, they never offer solutions. A lot of it is, sometimes these people will be like, look, yeah, I shouldn't have done this. And whether or not they're sincere, it's irrelevant. But they will ask, where can I go? Because I know I need help. And then a lot of these channels say, like, there's Google, man. Just look it up. It's like, no. You need to be responsible in being sure that people have resources to get help. And probably a lot of people that view their content, a lot of the people that view their content might be, I don't know, they might have that issue in the head too. Providing those resources would be very important so people can get help. But there's a lot of laws in the United States where basically if you do seek help, it goes on a record. Like, it's known, like, this person is this thing. Which disincentivizes these people to get help and incentivizes them more to take action. They're really here to help. They need to be prepared. Yeah, they really do. It's kind of sad when they're like, just Google it, bro.
It's really heartbreaking to think that someone with a 10-year-old daughter could do this sort of thing. Now, Eric was about an hour and a half from our sting house in Philadelphia. When the time came around for him to meet up, he got very nervous about actually coming inside the house. He didn't want anyone to see him. When we got the text that Eric was right outside the house, we fired up the cameras, and I went through various hoops trying to get an officer on site for when I confronted Eric. It was almost like they didn't even want to come out for this thing.
Oh, no. No. There's so many red flags about this. Yeah, they should have worked with the police about a potential sting operation with the evidence. This is weird. Yeah, this is really weird. Because they just basically displayed, like, look, we try to get someone out there. Like, we're going to get them there, and then we're going to call the police. And the police might just be like, look, we can't look into this because we don't have any evidence. We're just taking your word for it that there's a potential child predator here, and you're doing a vigilante sting operation. Honestly, I don't... that is very unsafe, yes. I don't blame the police being like, look, you're doing a vigilante sting. Like, even if they're legally okay to do this, it's kind of weird. So I have an issue with the way they're setting this up, because in the most recent Skeeter Gene videos, they've had police on site. Yeah, it's kind of weird as fuck. Like, just trust me, bro. There's something going on. Like, just trust me, bro. Come on, bro. I'm not sus, bro. Just trust me, bro. Like, it's no wonder the police are like, yeah, we're not just going to send someone out there. It's a potential danger, and we're just supposed to take your word for it. I mean, granted, if you call 911 and there's an emergency happening, but if the police are busy, this might not be high priority, like it or not. They should have prepared.
We thought that the police weren't even going to show up for this guy. So at some point, we just said, screw it, we'll head out and meet Eric on the corner. And that's what we did.
So let's see. Call Philadelphia Police Department.
22nd, Officer Berge.
Hi there. So I run this sort of sting operation where we catch online predators, and in the next 20 minutes or so here, we have a 36-year-old man who may be in the possession of cocaine, so he says in the chat logs, and he's also here to pick up a 13-year-old girl. So we're wondering if we may be able to get an officer on site as soon as we confirm that he's arrived at our location here.
What is the location? All of our calls have to go through 911. That way, if there's an issue at any time, everything's recorded, and if we need further information, we can contact.
This is what I mean by the high priority stuff. If it doesn't go through 911, it's not going to take priority. It's just by, yeah, this is kind of weird.
Contact you directly without us having to relay from inside the office out to the street. So your best bet would be just to contact 911. I do believe there are a couple cars available. I just don't know if they're available in that area, but give 911 a call and they'll advise you where to go from there.
Okay, appreciate it.
No problem.
All right.
Go, Philadelphia Police Station.
In the next 10, 15 minutes or so, we do have an individual showing up to...
Is he just calling police vehicles? Yo! The guy just said you have to do this through 911. Did I miss something? That's... Okay, you know what? I'll shut the fuck up.
Basically kidnap a 13... who he thinks is a 13-year-old girl, and he did claim to be in possession of cocaine as well. So I just want to know if we could get an officer on site, if we can confirm that he has pulled up to the address. He's on his way. He should be here in about the next 10, 15 minutes. And again, he did claim to be in possession of cocaine. He was planning to have the girl try some of it, so he might have it on him. I can't see.
Look, if the guy claims that he might be in possession of cocaine, call 911. That's enough of a legal basis, as far as I know. I'm not a lawyer. That's enough of a legal basis for them to be like, yeah, we're going to have police on site. We heard that you might be in possession of cocaine. Like, that's enough to detain someone. Like, why the fuck is he not calling 911?
For sure, but he claimed to have it.
Do you know what kind of vehicle that guy's going to be showing up in?
No, I can get it for you, though. I'm sure he would tell me. He's going to pull up to the house, and he wants the girl to just come out and get in his vehicle, so I can ask him what he's going to be in.
Yeah, maybe it could be after a transfer, but even then, like, why would they not put this in the video? That's kind of an important detail, where the guy literally just said, call 911 for this sort of thing. Have him call 911 and explain, hey, we had to get transferred from emergency services for this. Like, this comes off as him being very irresponsible. And again, I feel like I need to reiterate, there's no apologia for these predators. None whatsoever. None. However, Skeeter Gene and people who do this predatory catching need to be very responsible in how they produce their content.
Sure, man. Yeah. And the person that's going to be showing up, is he a black, white, Asian, or Hispanic male?
He's a white male. I'm not sure how tall he is. He has a rather long beard, though. His name is Eric, but he goes by Mike. He tells the girl.
This is good. So YouTube has been doubling on this content because this type of content gives these people's first and last names, which is not responsible content. And that's why they took it off. YouTube has cracked down on these types of channels. I'm glad that they censored this because giving a first and last name is going to be enough to dox someone. Just saying. So credit where credit's due. They're being responsible.
Eric?
He's from...
Also known as
That's what he goes by when he's talking to the 13-year-old girl. I believe I did a number search, and I think his name is Eric.
Sure. Do you know what color vehicle he's in?
I just asked him. He said he's 10 minutes away. He hasn't responded to what kind of car he's driving yet, though.
And you know what color shirt, pants, hat, like a description of the guy?
I don't. He hasn't sent a picture of him today, but he is a Caucasian male. He has a couple of tattoos on. Well, he has one tattoo on his right wrist. I'm not sure what it is. It says something. It's like it's text. Yeah, average. I would say average height Caucasian male. That's pretty much the best I can give you on him. I don't know what he's wearing today. Yeah, we're looking at about 9 minutes now, according to what he said.
And that guy is under the impression that he's going to take a 13-year-old.
Yes, a 13-year-old girl, and take her back to his house with his 10-year-old daughter, and I believe he's also living with his mom.
How old is Eric?
I believe he's 36, 34, 36, something like that.
Got some protocol questions I'm required to ask. Any COVID, mental health, or substance abuse issues?
No, sir.
I could connect you over to the 22nd District. You could talk to the officers there, and I could...
I don't know why he gave such a weird look for them asking that question. The guy clarified he has to ask it, but it's also for the safety of the officer. Like, I'm not like, oh, dude, police are the best, bro, but, you know, police are still human, too. They have to be safe before they go out on site. So, that was a small detail, but that was kind of weird how he was just like, huh? Why the fuck are they asking that question? It's for safety.
I'm going to stay on the line with that when I transfer you over to the 22nd District. If there's any additional information.
Okay, that's fine.
So, stay on the line.
Okay.
I transferred him over purely for the fact that it would be easier to coordinate with y'all than it would be for us, because we don't have an ETA or any ability to coordinate in the exact time frame when he might want police to be there. Either would we.
If I could just
If you want,
call...
I can transfer you to a supervisor. You know what? I'll just do that instead. Hold on, guys. Sure thing.
Am I on the phone? Is the dispatcher on here too?
That's correct.
Hi, how you doing? Okay.
Whole gang's here.
What's going on here that...
This is why you have to prepare when you do stings. You can't just do vigilante justice and expect the police to be out there. Like, you don't know what's going on throughout the night. And you did establish in the beginning of this video, Skeeter, who's never going to watch my VOD, that you're in the hood. And you know what? Police don't exactly feel safe in the hood. And you want them out there, but also what's going on throughout Philadelphia. There might be a lot of emergencies going on that particular night. This is why you have to coordinate. Even if they're not willing, you have to figure something out. Yeah, exactly. They have to gather intel. Like, he's like, oh, the whole gang's here. I'm like, well, they have to be. They don't know what the fuck is going on. They just get a call from someone saying, hey, we're in charge of a sting operation. A private sting operation. Can we get someone out here? Yeah, exactly. He's acting like 20 minutes is just enough. Like, shit like this is very irresponsible. And this is why I like I'm going to be doing this multiple times throughout the VOD. I do not do apologia for these predators. This guy here, as far as I'm concerned, based off of the logs that I've seen, piece of shit. Fuck him. He's a piece of shit. Like it or not, though, he's still a human being. Even Hitler was a human being. Yes, we brought it to Hitler. But you got to be responsible with this shit, because when people watch this video, they're like, hey, you know what? Skeeter can do it. Why can't I? And then you have more of this shit happening, and they don't like to admit this. People are put in danger. They, A, put themselves in danger. B, they put the other person in danger. And C, if there is someone, like I mentioned, mob mentality, they're potentially putting themselves in danger or the public in danger. This is why you have to be responsible with this shit. Now, I don't know what they do behind the scenes, but they've been able to coordinate with cops before. I don't know why. This is very irresponsible.
What is it that you need from us?
He has this guy, Eric, 36-year-old white male with a long beard. and a tattoo of some sort of text on his right arm. He's about to arrive at the location of the street, and he would like some police to be out there.
Alright, so if you want the police out there, and this has nothing to do with SVU, to whoever the dispatcher is online, you know we don't dispatch them in here.
Oh yeah, I'm well aware of that. The reason I transferred him over is purely because I thought it might be easier to coordinate, because he's asking for like a specific time for police to get there.
We got about 4
I know
minutes
that
until
we
he
can't do
arrives.
that either. I know that you can't exactly do that either.
Right.
I know I'm pausing a lot throughout this video. I'm kind of concerned about his facial reactions being like, what the fuck? Why aren't they just sending people here? Why is this in such disarray? The fucking dispatcher, the guy on the phone, is trying to help him out and being like, hey, I'm trying to find any possible means to be able to help you out. Fuck, man. Oh, I'm actually getting mad.
And the problem is, like, for example, if we have somebody, like, it's a Friday night.
And it's sad. Of the content, like, this is generally like garbage content. It's entertaining, but it's like reality TV. It's trash, but super entertaining. And Skeeter Gene is one of the few where I've been like, yeah, he's doing this fairly responsibly, but this is, oh god, this is so irresponsible. Yeah, exactly. 20 minutes to prepare. Like, why aren't they just sending someone out here? You don't know. Sorry, I don't mean to yell. You don't know if they have the resources. You don't know what's going on that night, how many cops are actually available to go on scene. If it's a slow night, if it's a heavy night, like, they're in charge of trying to serve and protect, like, I'm not going to get into the whole cop thing. Society. There's shit going on. Don't criticize the cops, especially when this guy's trying to help you. Now, he's not overtly criticizing, but his facial expressions are.
Somebody or something like that, which, this is the hood. It's bound to happen soon.
Yeah, definitely.
We have to send officers there.
Let's come here. We'll get see if we can look at the window here.
Alright, so here's the problem. Right now, what that is technically it's entrapment. Alright, so if we send an officer out there, this guy's going to walk anyway. Technically, any evidence or anything that's involved in this should be turned over to Special Victims Unit.
Okay.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you the number of Special Victims and call them and see what they say. Alright, and they want to call us and tell us to get a...
Yeah, literally our point. I feel like a lot of people don't understand sometimes the purpose of police departments and what they do. They can't just send someone out there for a crime that hasn't technically been committed. They don't have the evidence for it. And they don't have the means to send someone out there on emergency, even though they said call 911. Now, I'll fully admit, I don't know how all this shit works, but... Now, we can criticize this as a problem with the police departments, I guess. Other than, like, the internal bullshit that police departments do. But a lot of people don't understand that something needs to be happening. There's technically no crime going on as far as they're concerned. But how often does catching a child predator come up if it's not in the act? Exactly. They can do it, but it takes prep. They have to gather enough evidence. And the problem with a lot of these catchers is when they almost have enough evidence, these guys come in and fuck it up. Even if the person is detained and arrested, when it goes through a criminal court, depending on how these private investigators handle the situation, it makes the defense trial a lot easier for these predators. Can't just give 20 minutes. Yeah. Shit like this is highly irresponsible.
Uniform.
And I give him credit. He's better than most of these catchers. Like, I give him a lot of credit, but this is highly irresponsible.
Officer out there, sure, we'll take care of it right away. You know what I mean? But this
Yeah, I
clear
gotcha.
through that first.
I gotcha.
All right, so here, can you take this number down ASAP and just
Yeah.
get him a call real quick and see what's up?
Yeah, I'm ready for you right now.
I guess if Special Victims says it gives you the okay or something, just take a name down and give us a call back, and we'll get somebody out there if we can. ASAP.
All right.
All right?
So even being that he said he might have cocaine on him, you still don't want to... Okay. Okay. We'll call Special Victims. Yeah.
You don't know if he has cocaine on him. You don't know if he has cocaine on him. He might have said he might, but that's not enough. Like, if you want a cop out there, you would have to be like, look, I see cocaine on this person. It's bagged up. It looks super pretty. He's snorting it right in front of me. You know, shit like that. He allegedly has coke. Exactly. They haven't seen any proof at all. Now, if Skeeter Jean was like, look, this guy sent me a photo. He has cocaine. I can send you screenshots of our conversation, send it straight over to you, and show that he currently has cocaine on his person as he is driving here. That's a different story. But being like, he said he might have cocaine, allegedly, we don't know. The cops are going to be like, well, I mean, fucking what crime is being committed right now? Our job is to enforce the fucking law. Granted, cops sometimes don't do that. They take the law into their own hands, but that's the fucking point, though, is, like, taking the law into your own hands can sometimes be very dangerous. I got off topic, but, yeah, anyway.
I see he's walking around. He's walking back. Yeah, she just said he's at the corner. The cops should be here any...
Like, he should just lie and be like, look, he's jacking off in the middle. I'm not serious about this. This is a joke, Twitch gods. He should just say that the guy's jerking off in the middle of the street. Then the cops will be like, we're out there. And then when they come out, when they do come out, he could be like, well, he put his dick away as soon as we arrived. So, I don't know what to tell you. That's not legal advice, by the way. I'm just making a stupid joke.
Any minute. I see him again. He's not coming up to this house.
Why are you whispering? Why are you whispering? He can't hear you.
He's standing at the corner.
Why are you whispering?
He is.
This is so strange.
He's walking. He's smoking I think he's smoking a cigarette.
ASMR. I think he's smoking a cigarette right now. He's about to smoke a cigarette. Oh, look at that. He's pulling out the bag of cocaine. Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. His bag of cocaine is out. I think he's starting to snort it. He's starting to snort it. He's starting a second channel.
He's right there. He's waiting for his 13-year-old date. I think he's smoking a cigarette. You can see him right there. He's looking right at us. You can't see me, though. Dude, what the f*** was that? He's parked on the corner. Got the camera on his car right now. He's standing right there.
This is...
He's calling again. He's calling. I don't know. Hope so. He is. He's like, where's this girl at?
So, they have a sting operation, which they don't have police there for to properly detain this dude. That's another thing. What if the police are sent on the way to find this guy? The guy leaves because he's scared or he knows something is up. The police get there and their time is fucking wasted. When they could be, hopefully, hopefully, saving lives or dealing with actual emergencies.
He's waiting right there.
He's waiting. Oh God, he's waiting. Oh, he's waiting so hard right there. He's waiting so. He's waiting so hard. What the fuck does that mean? I think he meant to say he's waiting and he is hard. Maybe. I was waiting so hard the other day. I guess how would you define waiting hard? Like, I was waiting so hard on my girlfriend, but she was late and I was getting impatient and I just got harder as I was waiting. I was just waiting so hard. Like, bruh. I can imagine waiting so hard as being like, Black Friday campout people, they wait so hard. There we go. That was a good analogy. Hell yeah. They wait hard.
He's right here in this car that started. Oh, actually, maybe we can get him to come out.
See, tell him you came outside. You don't see him. If he walks around this corner, you talk to him.
Yeah. She's calling him right now. He's on his way over here. There he is, How's it going, Eric? I'm with the Predatory Investigation Unit. We do have the police on standby. Who are you here to...
Oh, he's lying. He's lying. He's lying. Oh no, if this goes to court and they show that he didn't actually... There's no way of indicating. They didn't put that the police are getting there or anything. Said he was part of a unit instantly, which indicates like a public investigation unit when it's private. Technically it could be impersonating an officer. However, they do claim that they're a private investigation unit. So technically, no. Technically. He just said that he was part of a predatorial investigation unit, but he said police are on standby. Which isn't true. That could be used against them in court. Just saying.
to meet?
I'm not a lawyer, but he's lying. This could be considered, like that the dispatcher said, that's technically entrapment. And basically they're forcing this guy into a position where he thinks that he's somehow being detained. Even though he's not. He can walk away at any time. But they're giving the impression that this guy can be detained. Now, is this guy still a piece of shit? Fuck yeah, he is. He's a terrible piece of shit. But the problem is the legalities if this video is shown as some sort of evidence in court. Just saying, I would if I were a lawyer, I would use this to my advantage. A defense lawyer, I would use this to my advantage. I can never be a criminal defense lawyer, though. God, ugh, just the thought of it is disgusting.
Well, I met a girl on a dating app.
Okay.
And she was talking to me for a while, and next thing you know, she wanted to meet and hang out and stuff like that.
Okay. And how old is that girl?
She told me.
I'm gonna let this play as I pee and I put more coals on the stove.
I mean, that she was turning 19.
19.
Yeah, at one point.
Okay.
But
what about here when she said she was 13? See, have it in the chat log right there. She said she was 13.
Mm-hmm.
So, you do know that she was 13.
Yeah, I don't have no intentions to try to do anything, though, buddy.
You don't?
I don't.
What about when you said that you wanted to slide your hands up and down her back?
She was talking to me like that at first.
Well, it looks like it was you talking like this.
Yeah, I'm not trying to do that.
Okay. And then, I mean, it just, goes on. You've been talking to this girl for some time now. You say that you're going to shower real quick and then wake up, and then you say that you want to have her in the shower with you?
At one point, we were talking like that, yeah.
Okay.
But, I mean, I'm not serious about it. We're literally just trying to make friends.
Just trying to make friends with
friends. That's all I'm doing.
Okay. And I mean, you do acknowledge here that she says she's 13. You go as it's a run-on sentence. You say that you're not on any bull, and then you say, I know you're 13, and I can connect with you like another adult, is what you say here. So I mean, is this really appropriate,
No.
Eric?
No, I'm serious. I'm not even trying to do anything.
You're not trying to do anything. Okay. And how old are you?
36.
36.
I have a kid.
And you have a kid, and how old is your?
10.
10. Now, what are you thinking talking up this 13-year-old girl like this when you have a 10-year-old daughter of your own?
I don't know, man. I'm not trying to. I wasn't trying to be anything serious. I'm just trying to.
Well, it looked like
I know
you were trying to be very serious with her. I mean, really, you talked to her for the course of a few months now. And the things you say in this chat log. I mean, you say, since I met you, you're the only girl that I would ever want to be with that young, and I'm serious, and I respect you, and I'll treat you right.
Do you mind keeping your hands out of your pocket?
Oh, please, appreciate it.
Well,
I mean, it looks like you were trying to be very, serious with this girl.
No, I'm really not, though.
You're not.
I'm really.
So,
I'm really not.
What about all this stuff you said here?
I mean, honestly,
yeah,
when we're talking and everything, she
sure.
would ask me questions.
Okay.
I wanted to know some stuff and stuff. That's why a lot of stuff came up like that. You know what I mean?
Okay, so you were just more curious.
She was I'm look, I've been through stuff, and she was saying all this stuff to me and all that, and that's it. I'm not trying to do anything.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I just have a few more questions here for you. You ask her if she's a virgin, and then you say that you talk about when you lost your virginity and you know who it was with, and you say never in your life would you want to have sex with someone who's not a virgin. And then here you say that you're not saying that she has to have sex with you, and you're definitely not a virgin. And then you're saying I never had made love to a virgin ever, and it's something I want to do, but you've never been given a chance.
I'm not trying to make it that person. I'll just make it as a statement.
It seems here that you wanted to.
I just made it as a general statement.
And she says she doesn't know about sex, and you say, if you don't, then I can teach you. And you put the kissing emoji. And everything. This conversation's been just responding. I mean, what is it right to talk to 13-year-old girls in general? I mean, let alone like this.
No.
I will say these are the usual excuses, like, oh, I was just vibing, I was just chatting, I was just responding. Like they're openly lying. Like, it's kind of weird. It's a very common occurrence.
So why partake in this conversation with her, Eric?
I don't know, man. I just venting for myself. I lost a lot and came back, and I'm just trying to.
Okay.
That is very true. He is in fight or flight. Yeah, he's definitely fucked. And the thing is too, he's not thinking. Very true. He's not thinking, and he's probably lying so he doesn't make a situation worse. Now, you'd hope that they'd be honest about it, but I mean, when you're in fight or flight mode, you get surprised. You're caught in a sting operation. Yeah, you're going to lie. Is it a piece of shit thing to do? Yeah, fuck it, of course. It's disgusting, but it's just kind of I don't know. It's weird.
Well, this girl could have lost a lot if she went with you tonight, because you're here to pick her up, right? In a way.
To chill and hang out and come down and bring it back and everything.
Bring her back to your house for sex.
And bring it back out. I'm not looking to have sex, man. I'm not
here to have sex.
I'm not trying to have anything.
I was probably just the cocaine.
You did mention that you
have cocaine. I don't even do cocaine, man.
You mentioned it in the conversation.
Yeah, I don't do cocaine. I don't have any or anything.
Okay, well, we'll get to that. What about when you said...
There's no need to get to that. Don't get to it. There's no point. There's literally no point in getting to it. If he doesn't have cocaine on him, there's no point in doing that. Even if he said, yeah, I've done cocaine before, there's no point. No fucking point. This won't help in this case. Yeah, he really is. Yeah.
I want to experience the feel of my penis opening a blank for the first time. Pop your cherry. It's hard to explain it away, but I want to be someone's first ever. So you said right there that you wanted to pop her cherry.
I'm not trying to be serious. I wasn't being serious at all about it.
So you weren't being serious.
No, I'm not.
It was just a big joke.
Not a joke.
Okay, this is not relevant to this, like, what's happening. Isn't it? Is it weird for anyone where they want to be like someone's first in taking virginity? That's so strange. I think it's just for me because I've never had that inclination in my life. Just because, like, sex is awesome. But I don't need to have the goal of being like, oh, virginity. Yeah, it is a dominance thing. Fair enough. Yeah, that's a good point. But it's just so strange. Yeah, it's I don't know. It's just so weird. Like that's a notion I've never ever felt comfortable with. I've had friends be like, "Yeah, I'm probably gonna take this person's virginity," and I'm like, "Why are you telling me this? Like, this is first off, you, and second, I don't really care. But now I care because I feel weirded out. like, it's fine to be someone's first, I guess, but to kind of like that, oh yeah, I have this fantasy that I want to be able to do, like, and you just happen to be the most opportunistic virgin I want to take advantage of, and claim that I'm your first, even though it could either go A, really well, B, really bad. Not again trying to make it special, I guess, is cool, but like it's not something anyone should be seeking. Yeah, that's the thing. Like I've had friends who are like seeking it. I've also had, like, back in my dating days, like early college, I had people I dated who were like, I would be comfortable. Oh God, this is so weird to say out loud, but they would say like, I would be comfortable with you taking my virginity, and I'm like, whoa, hold the fuck, hold on. First off, we just started dating. Second, shut the fuck up. I don't know why. Like shit like that. I know it's meant to be flattering, but shit like that is so fucking weird to me. It weirds me the fuck out. Ugh. That was probably way more information than I needed to ever disclose, but that has happened a couple of times, and I'm like, whoa, no. Granted, this was like 10 plus years ago now, so. Oh, moved on from that.
You're just trying to, someone ask me questions.
Yeah, I'm fine with that too. I don't know, it's just. Yeah, it doesn't need to be your entire being. Yeah, exactly.
I answer, I mean, I just try to be knowledgeable, I guess, that's all.
Okay, gotcha. You're awfully...
I'm not trying to do anything, man.
I guess in that circumstance, at the time, I should have been flattered with someone saying, hey, you, Mr. Average Man, I'm willing to fuck you. But I don't know. I guess in the sense, at the time, it felt like I could have been taking advantage of someone, and I'm not about that. Like, that is... I'd take that dick. It's like, I'm just someone willing to be like, I'm willing to let you take advantage of me. Not in those words, obviously. It's supposed to be flattering, but it's kind of like, I'm not down to take your virginity for the sake of taking your virginity. If anything happens, it needs to be meaningful. You need to know that they were into it first. Never made the first move on girls. Yeah, I'm not too proud of myself. I would definitely make... I've had times where I made first moves where it was unwarranted. Not okay. Not okay. Even with dating, not okay. So what Sidious is saying, fucking follow that advice. Don't make any first moves unless you know someone's into it. But I'm not going to pretend I wasn't, like, more of a piece of shit than I am now, so... Anyway, I'm probably disclosing way more information about myself and me, my past. I'm moving on from my past, obviously, but it was college, man. We were all so fucking stupid in college. Hey, but Sidious, we had great times. You have always been one of the most fun people to talk to. Because it was always jokes. And marching band. Sometimes marching band, you're like, oh, man, I need some jokes right now. Oh, is that Sidious talking? Fuck yeah. This is what I need right now.
You're awfully knowledgeable, and especially when it comes to sex, I'll say.
I mean, not really. I haven't had anything in like 2-3 years.
Okay, and so this is going to be your first time in a while with this 13-year-old girl?
I'm not trying to do it.
Okay.
I'm not trying to. You know, I'm not.
Well, Eric,
like, somebody said asked me like maybe but I'm not saying in that age or anything like that. I'm not saying that like that. I'm not trying to do anything.
Well, it looks to me like you talked to her like this, and then you came. Now you're here to meet her. So what am I to make of this?
This is another aspect of the fight or flight thing that Sidious was talking about earlier. The guy just brings up, "Hey, I haven't had sex in a long time. Like, it's just a thing." And then Skeeter is like, "Oh, so you're basically admitting that you intend to take advantage of a girl," which he might be. Yeah, to be fair, yeah, he might be. But at the same time, I'm like, those weren't the words that he was saying. Don't make this situation worse. Like, this is just triggering the fight or flight mode.
I mean, it does look bad, but I'm not doing it. I'm not trying to do anything.
So you agree that it's wrong?
I'm not meeting to do anything with anybody. Okay. I'm just trying. I wanted to hang out and just go fishing or something.
Just go fishing. Okay, so
to be fair, it's kind of weird that a guy would drive an hour and 30 minutes away from his home to meet with a minor to just hang out. That's weird. I'm not even going to say weird. Weird could be good. This is strange. At night, especially. I don't even know what time it is, but that is strange behavior.
Say the 13-year-old girl was here. Walk me through the scenario.
Don't fuck it up, Skeeter. You've been fucking up most of this video. Don't fuck it up. If this guy is doing illegal shit that you have 200 pages for, you better handle this responsibly.
What was your plan when you did see her walk out?
Just go home and
to your house.
Yeah, and be around my kids, meet and say hi and everything. Because she wanted literally to say like, "Oh, I'd like to meet your kid."
You know that could be considered kidnapping.
Well, I mean,
yeah, I was gonna say that's I was willing to drive an hour and 30 minutes to meet this minor and to have them willingly go in my car for home. Allegedly. Who knows how that can go? Yeah, that could technically be considered kidnapping. Thank you, Skeeter.
To some extent.
Sincere about that. Like, thank you for establishing that, because that is unusual behavior. And as Sidious pointed out, at night.
I don't know.
And this isn't like the SpongeBob at night. It's like, you're here at night to meet a minor. The fuck is the matter with you?
Fully know that in the legal
or
full like that.
Right, or luring a minor.
Not luring. I mean, I'm just saying I like to hang out or meet and meet with you and talk and hang out and stuff like that.
It's very late at night. You know.
I mean, it's a long drive.
You say I looked at your pic and I was looking at your thigh.
I don't know if you caught up on that. It was just like it is late at night. Oh, it's a long drive. That's so. This guy's funny.
And legs. I want to softly touch and slide my fingers slowly up and down those white cuddled. Oh, I'm sorry. Those.
Oh, so Skeeter was establishing. Like, look, it's weird that you drove here and it's really late at night and you live a far distance. Like, it's really late at night and the guy's like, "Oh, well, it is a far drive." That got me, man. I was just like, "Oh no, you're not helping your case, bro."
White cuddled thighs close to you is what you say. I want to kiss your neck and shoulders and massage my hands softly to your waist and up your sides and your shoulders. I mean, you're really going in great detail here.
Yeah, well, like I said, it was brought up and just about knowledge.
It was brought up by you. Sexually.
At first it was brought up to me in the app, in the date app.
Oh, she brought it up to you first.
Yeah,
not the other way.
App, yeah.
I really don't recall it, being like that, Eric.
Like, she even said, like, I'm visiting an aunt and all that. I was like, okay, I mean.
Right.
And that's it.
And you figured you'd come over here and bring her to your
house.
Hour,
yeah.
But just not to do anything.
Not to do anything, okay.
No, I'm just hang, chill activity-wise.
Chill, okay. You say I'd pull your hands to my blank and tell you to rub and feel it. I'd suck and swirl my tongue around your boobs and nipples and kiss you all over. It just, it really just goes in detail, great detail here, Eric.
Trying to do all that, man.
Okay, so you were just here to just pick her up, have a good time. What's that? Oh, right here, officer. You talked about how you wish she was at your house. Then as the conversation...
You know, I just thought about this right now. This guy that they're interviewing in particular has a family. What they're doing right now is they're disclosing a lot of this information online, which could A, harass the family, and B, potentially put them in danger, and C, completely mess up a family dynamic. Now, do you want to have a family with a potential alleged child predator? No. Fuck no. That's disgusting. But the thing is, it's exposing everything into the air. This is why you leave this for criminal courts. Because shit like this is dangerous, if not handled responsibly.
Conversation goes down even more. You send her a picture of your penis.
Not a fan of law enforcement personally. However, shit like this, you should probably leave to law enforcement, because a lot of the content like this that's being produced, it's for clout, it's for money. Not to say that the police don't get paid. And hell, you know what? I'm actually okay with these people making videos about this. However, I think it should be after a court case has happened. Granted, they would make less money, but it seems it's more marketing than it is protection, if that makes sense.
It's right there. I mean, that's you with your penis hanging about.
Yeah, exactly. You want to be a journalist? Be a journalist.
Either way, Eric, this is something that you sent to a 13-year-old girl. I mean, if you weren't planning on doing anything, why send something like that to her?
I mean, I'm honestly not trying to do anything, man, so... I mean,
okay,
I'm just saying.
Well, I guess we're going to talk to an officer here and see if they have anything to say. We're over here, officer. We were the ones that called you out here. This is the man here who's here to meet a 13-year-old girl. This man here, he did come to meet up with a 13-year-old girl, and he was hoping to bring her back to...
Hey, don't yell that shit out in public. Don't do it. I don't care if the guy is maybe guilty. Don't fucking do it. Don't do it in the hood. Don't do it if you could. Don't do it on a boat. Don't do it over a moat. Just don't fucking do it. Let the police handle it. Let the police make it private. Don't fucking do it. All the guy had to say is that he knew it was something, someone fishing him, and was just going with it to prank. Yeah. Because, I mean, some evidence could be still used against him, like child endangerment and child luring. However, his case could technically... I don't know, actually. I don't want to give legal advice on something that I don't know. The way these guys do it really do set the defense lawyer up so well. Yeah, exactly. This is one of the more responsible channels, and they still set it up. Like, defense lawyers will look at this and be like, well, slam fucking dunk, bro. Like, yeah, this guy's a piece of shit, but my job is a defense lawyer. So, you're just giving me a means to defend him.
His place shortly here. I have a whole
like, honestly, if I was a lawyer, I would use this video perfectly to my advantage. I'm not a lawyer. I never intend to be a lawyer. In fact, I could probably talk to my friend who is a lawyer and be like, look, what do you think of this video if this ever goes to court? Would you use this in defense? And to see his opinion and being like, yeah, I probably would. It would probably work to my advantage. Hey, what's going on, Master Dodo? We're watching more of the online predator catchers. I've been critiquing this video and how these guys go about catching alleged child predators. And while I've established that I think Skeeter Gene is one of the more responsible channels, there's still a lot to critique on it, because even though they can expose potential child predators, doesn't mean that what they do helps in court cases. Quarian. Yeah, we'll get to Mass Effect a little bit later. I really want to get through this video, though.
Chat log on him here. He gets very graphic. And at some point he did mention that he was going to let the girl try cocaine. at some point. Isn't that right, Eric?
I don't do cocaine or anything.
You know,
man. I
but
really don't.
but you talked about it. I have the screenshot where you talked about it.
I don't have any. I don't talk. I don't do it or anything.
You say you want to party like a rock star with her.
It's a joke.
Just a joke. Coke is no joke, Eric. I'll tell you that.
I know.
That's some serious stuff.
I know, man.
Okay. How you doing, sir?
So, what can I help you?
Well, we just want to turn the information, over.
Even the police officer is like, so what do you want me to do? Yeah, exactly. He's bearing witness. He's like, what am I supposed to do in this situation? Yeah, he still has no evidence. The officer has no idea what the fuck is going on, other than this guy's an alleged child predator. Okay. What legal basis? How do you want me to handle this? Why am I here? You've told me a thing, but I don't know what's going on. Truly, I don't.
To you guys and see if you want to do any sort of further investigation.
Yeah, for all I know, the cop can be like, you two need to stop arguing in the middle of the hood. Please go your separate ways now. And then Skeeter Jean can turn in the evidence still. Because he a pedo officer, he a pedo, arrest him because he a pedo. Well, you don't just arrest someone without a legal basis to do so. That's illegal. And the problem with what's going on right now is the officer doesn't have any idea what's going on without any evidence or any means of arresting this person. Like, don't forget, you can't arrest people. You can't just arrest people because you think it's a good thing to do. You have to have a legal basis in being able to do so. Like, don't get me wrong, this pedo's a piece of shit. He's a huge piece of shit. But we are restricted by legalities and regulations. Like, there is a process that happens.
With it, we can provide you all the screenshots, all the info.
Do you have any evidence that he...
I have it's all right here. It's all.
What's good, at least, is they're being detained. Probably cause to detain. Are to accountable. They are breaking to arrest.
It's all right here.
That's not legit.
It's not legit. We're with the Predatory Investigation Unit.
Who are you guys at?
We're just a privately owned and operated organization.
Okay. So how do you get...
Yeah, true. Could
How do
be.
we what?
How do you get info?
We set up these accounts online, posing as teens, and just wait for men to hit up the accounts and start a conversation.
I'm just saying my right to speak. I'm not trying to do anything. All I want to do hang out is be with my kid, my mom. And, we were talking for a while and everything. I'm not trying to do anything like that.
Even though he sent a picture of his penis and talked about doing these lewd sexual acts with her in this conversation.
I'm not trying to do anything like that.
All right, well, you're gonna...
Like, here's the thing. This officer could be going around and talking to them and being like, well, this guy's a pedo. The officer can't just be like, oh, he's a pedo. He's going to be arrested. Like, you need to be able to make sure that where the texts were exchanged, like, the numbers are viable. Shit like that. I mean, you can't just be like, hey, this guy's a drug dealer. And then the cop's like, "'Nuff said," and then they take care of it themselves. Tell what he needs to do to get something to happen. Yeah, it's just weird. They've done like hundreds of stings, and they seem to never figure out how to go about it on a legal basis. Even though they do. They've done it! They've done it! And they still can't figure it out. It's weird.
I have to contact SVU.
Yeah, we already did, and they told us to dial the 911 number, so we did that.
Yeah, probably.
They told us to dial 911, sir. Yes.
So you want to make a report and all that?
Yeah, that'll be fine.
And how do you know the victim, the person?
This gentleman here, we don't actually.
I had a message on a dating app. It was to me.
Well, he messaged a girl on a dating app, and she told him she was 13.
I said hi, and the person responded.
And they said that they're 13. It's all right here.
And I'm not trying to do anything, man. Like, I got nothing like saying about cocaine. I don't have cocaine. I don't do cocaine or not.
You said that you were going to buy it.
No, I understand.
I'm just going by what you said,
I understand. And I have no.
I'm just going by what he said here.
So how did you locate this person?
And the thing about this stuff too is the only person that's been the most responsible while doing this privately, Chris Hansen. That being said, Chris Hansen, he's been wrong before. I have a friend who had a friend who happened to be on that show, unfortunately. It was a huge misunderstanding, and even the court was just like, this is a huge misunderstanding. So, yeah, even with the most professional means and the most legal ways to go about this, there's still huge, I don't want to say opportunities, but there's chances of misinterpretation of what's going on, shit like that. And with how responsible Chris Hansen was compared to all these other guys, I don't know. It's kind of fucky to me.
Right here.
Oh, wait,
how
what?
did those, come in play?
Well, like I said, we do a sting operation, so he thought that the 13-year-old girl was here at this house. He was going to be picking her up and bringing her back to his house, right? Was it, Eric?
Yeah, and go fishing by my house.
After he sent a picture of his penis and talked about these lewd acts in his conversation.
And you have all those cameras for
Just for documentation purposes.
for what?
We're doing an online documentary series.
What kind of online documentary?
It's
never heard of catfish officers?
Something of that sort.
It's something of that nature, man.
It's something of that nature.
I would give you my info.
It's sort of an educational documentary.
I would give you my info.
No, we have that. We have all of that, sir.
I'm not trying to do anything.
So this is like a kind of show, or
It's an educational documentary series for an online platform.
It's not my intention. I'm a single dad.
Pretty much like a show, but we do ultimately try to get these individuals
I'm a
convicted.
single dad with custody, man. Like, I don't want you to do this.
And then never check to see if these people are actually convicted. Or maybe they do. But usually the most that I ever hear is, yeah, we've gotten people arrested. It's like, okay, so what happened in court? Can you tell me that?
Yeah, he does have a 10-year-old daughter, right?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm not looking for no intentions, anything like that, man.
You did drive a pretty long
I
time.
drove, because we talked for a while, and she wanted to meet and hang out and just do regular stuff. I'm not trying to do anything.
It looks like...
No, I understand that. It sounds really bad, but it's not my intentions at all. I understand
Not from what you
it looks like bad. I understand that.
Well, Eric, from what you said
I'm
here...
trying to do or anything.
Okay.
So was somebody out here earlier?
What's that, sir?
No, nobody was here at all.
Nobody was out.
No.
In terms of what?
Talk to you guys or whatnot.
No. We talked to a few people on the phone about it, but you're the first person that we actually talked to.
Who did you talk to on the phone?
I didn't get a name. Right.
So I have nothing on me.
The fact that you have all this info,
Yeah.
you probably want to go to SVU.
We will, yeah.
Right.
Right, and they told us to call the 911 number.
Don't say that you will. You should have done that in the first place. You should have gone to SVU and maybe coordinated something. Even if they aren't willing to coordinate something, you should have gone to SVU, dude.
I'm not doing it. I have nothing on me. If you want to search me and everything, I have nothing on me. But it's a housekeeper.
Like, what they're trying to do is gather enough evidence by getting the person out there and exposing themselves. Like, I understand that. You could still do that when you put in evidence. I think so. There might be a legality about that, where when you go to SVU basically says like, all right, we're taking it from here. Do not get involved. Regardless, you should have taken this to SVU.
Cigarette box in there later.
You have a bit of a sick mind on you, I would say, from this conversation.
Yeah, I'm honestly saying I have no intentions of anything.
So what was the reasoning for the sexual talk at 30?
Yeah, so they might take over the case. Yeah, absolutely. And this is part of the thinking of where I'm like, are they doing this because it's the right thing to do? Or are they in it for the views? And shit like this is like, they're in it for the views, which doesn't necessarily help in catching criminals. In fact, it lets a lot of these guys be able to run free, even if their names are in the public void. Yeah, they should have gone to SVU. There's no way about that. And have SVU be like, hey, if you maintain contact with this guy, let us know, please.
It was brought up, and like I said, at first there was some questions, and
Sure.
I just answered knowledgeably, man.
So I can take it from the start here. That's a picture of him. That'd be his online dating profile. Here you can see the girl does tell him.
And don't get me wrong, the legalities in trying to catch someone, like through the actual criminal, like the investigation process, they're a little fucky. Maybe some of the laws can be more refined to where shit like this is a little bit more expedient in catching child predators. But even then, and as much as I hate to say this because not all laws are right, there's a legal process for a fucking reason.
Backup for like
Okay.
years.
And the girl tells him she's 13 right there. He goes on, says he has a 10-year-old daughter. Then he wants to slide his hands up her back and neck, then feel her down on her sides to her waist, and maybe sneak in a kiss.
The reason I even
And that's just the tip of the
any that
iceberg.
was she asked a question, and like if we were together, what would we do? And
Okay.
and I just
Yeah.
answered knowledge.
So basically, it goes on. And then she reminds him, "I'm only 13, remember?" And then he says he wants to strip her down in front of her and slowly and follow her into the shower. Kind of just goes on here. He says that he's a gentleman and a real man, but he can also thug it out.
And this is to what Sidious was saying earlier. Chat logs printed and documented in a one of these ring binders isn't exactly evidence. For all anyone knows, yeah, thug it out. What the fuck? For all anyone knows, these could have been photoshopped. What we would have to do is send in the phone and be like, look, these are the conversations. Here's the docket. Like, investigate the phone and track it back to this guy, because this binder, it's not enough. They have to look at the evidence firsthand. Come here, baby. Want to thug it out?
Can you now, Eric? You can thug it out.
It's a saying. It's from
Thug it.
DMX. I'm not
Gotcha,
saying
you're
in
a-
any type of way. Like that's what
Okay.
I'm saying, man.
Well, I gotta wonder where your dogs are at now.
This is all you got, right? Just the info.
I'm not trying
These
to do
dip all the info here. This is all screenshotted. That's a picture of him and his daughter that he sent there.
Tell them that you have the phone and you have the entire conversation on your phone and you can scroll through on the phone. Give him more than a fucking binder.
Yeah, but I'm not trying to do any of this stuff, man. Like, I'm not. It
All of
looks
it.
bad. It looks bad. I understand.
Kinda just-
Pass on
that is
the
a
text
mistake there.
messages, like,
I
what else you
understand
got?
that. I take.
I mean, I'm kind of just going through it here. This
Exactly.
is all the the important
There's the
stuff
phone on
here.
her.
Again, she says she was 13.
That's the worst fucking thing.
She says, I've never in my life had sex or made love to a virgin, but he says that he wants to feel it.
Like, without a doubt in my mind, I'm sure this guy is allegedly guilty of committing this crime. Like, less than a doubt in my mind. Like, this guy, not Skeeter, but the Eric, I guess his name is a piece of shit. All signs, yeah, exactly. All signs point to yes. Show the people who can do something through the legal process. As fucked up as our legal processes are, give it to them. That's their fucking job. They've dedicated their lives as part of the Special Victims Unit to protect people. Send them the evidence. Show this officer the evidence. This officer isn't even SVU. Yeah, how much can he do? He's not Special Victims Unit.
Here he says, I want to experience the feel of my penis opening a...
So, past all that.
Oh, you want me to pass the sexual stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
What else do you have?
What else?
Apart from all the text messages and whatnot.
For us, apart from the text messages,
Right.
we have a few phone calls recorded with him.
Okay.
So
you really have...
Yeah, we have all these... we have
and
text
phone
messages that go
calls.
back about 4 months.
Okay, so how did you get in touch with this person? What are the means that you... How did you get...
This officer literally has no idea. Like, he has a general basis of what's going on, but he has no idea what the fuck to do because he didn't have the information prior. You have to coordinate with the law. Not a big fan of law enforcement. Putting that out there. But you have to coordinate these things. Because this cop is just like, okay, but what do you have? Because if you don't have anything, I can't do anything. Yeah, exactly. Probably wasn't told shit about what's going on.
Him, actually, pretty much.
Well, as I explained before, sir.
Can I say one thing? The person that I thought I messaged on it, it said 18.
Gotcha.
It said that, but...
It's like, at first I was like...
But
hey,
she told
I said,
him.
Hey, hi. And then, hey, how are you?
She told him
nice
she
to
was...
meet you.
All right, so what's your name? Eric what?
I only have
Eric what?
keys and things.
How do you spell your last name?
What I'm saying, bro, it's
You're not
just...
even concerned about your safety, man. They shoot somebody around here every day. You ain't care
And
nothing about
there's
that shit.
person's
You ain't from around here.
name.
While it's a good point, it's not relevant.
The 13-year-old. What's her name?
Well, that was us posing on the app. The name we were going by was... It's not a real 13-year-old girl.
So do you...
It's either the neighbor or it's one of Skeeter Jean's cameramen. I'm inclined to think that it's one of his cameramen because if it was some random bystander, the officer would be like, "Sir, you can't be here." But maybe. I don't know. I'm inclined to think it's one of Skeeter's cameramen. But I don't know. Either way. And also if the guy... It's still weird that he drove over an hour to get to this place. If he's never been here before, he probably didn't know it was the hood. Like when your midbrain is functioning and you're trying to get some sort of gratification and have a positive emotional response in a negative way, if that made any fucking sense, you're not really thinking about where you're going. You're just going, and then you find out when you get there.
You know her?
She's not a real person.
She's not.
We have an adult decoy.
Okay. I need that person's info because that would be the complainant.
It would be the what?
The complainant, the person that will be making the report.
I'm making the report. I'm running the whole operation.
I understand you were making the report. That it will be up to her to make the report.
It'd be up to her.
Right.
Okay.
Send the info.
I would have to get her information. I only work with her exclusively online.
Right.
So I would have to ask her for her information for you.
Would need
But
that info.
Okay.
So that I can send it down to the proper channels.
So you can't send it down with just this?
Not this.
Not this way.
No.
Why is that?
Because right now it's just
I don't want to walk in
hearsay.
another
I don't even know.
Exactly. It's hearsay. Oh, God. Fuck. Oh. Man, I'm sorry. I just got myself heated, but this is exactly why I have a problem with these channels. It's just hearsay. And we know it's hearsay because the officer confirmed that he didn't fucking know what he needed to do. Nothing was reported. Fuck! God. Calm down, Jet. Oh, even my dog is here being like, "Hey, father, my father, are you okay?" "It's okay, buddy. It's okay, Miso. Here. You know what'll help me for a temporary palate cleanser? I want my puppy here. Because this video is reinforcing everything I'm thinking. Yeah, they really screwed the pooch on this one. Hi, buddy. You gotta go potty soon, huh? You gotta go potty soon. Ugh. Dogs are amazing. I need a beer. That's just depressing, though. He's gonna get to drive home. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's any way he gets detained. It is pretty depressing. Oh, whew. Dogs are fucking amazing, man. Like, sometimes when you have the shittiest day, like you had a really rough day at work, you get home, and all that you want to do is sit back, grab a beer. The one thing in your life that is happy to meet you every time is your pup. And even as I'm angry as I watch this video because they're being highly irresponsible in how they go about catching child predators and not actually coordinating with law enforcement, my dog is concerned about me emotionally. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. You're such a good boy, Miso. You're so good, Miso. You're so good. Okay. I'm gonna put you down now. I have to get more triggered. I'm doing it for the views. No, I'm kidding. I enjoy putting commentary like this, and it's funny as I watch this. I'm trying not to have a confirmation bias, but they confirm everything that I've been saying about these types of channels. So I don't doubt that a lot of these channels, they legitimately try to do good work under the guise of a documentary. We know it's not true. They have good intentions, just sometimes it doesn't have good outcomes. And that's why I'm so fucking critical of it. Bad journalism, exactly. All right. Whew.
Know who you're talking about right now.
Okay.
You see what I mean, right?
I got
don't
you.
know. I don't know even if this person ever exists. You know,
Okay.
based on that.
I'm
Yeah,
telling you,
exactly.
it was us that was talking to him on the
understand
app,
that,
posing
but,
as a
you know,
13-year-old girl.
Yeah, but if that's the case, the person has to come forward.
Which was,
And
I was talking to him.
the female has to come forward. You were the one talking.
I
to
was the one talking
You just
to
said
him.
you had a decoy.
I do have an adult decoy. Let
Right.
me explain. I use her pictures to go on the apps and set up profiles, but I'm doing all the talking. And
Well, guess what? You're gonna have to listen. This
Just
is all like a
because-
hearsay right now.
Okay.
It's like, you know, trying to get somebody into trouble with that.
well, it's not trying to get anyone in trouble. It's
No,
just,
I'm
I'm just showing you what I.
on no one either.
Okay.
I'm not.
Because I can show
That's
you.
the case.
I mean, it is. You called cops out there. Maybe not necessarily to get people into trouble. However, there's an outcome that you're expecting.
And then the person, if it's a sexual, you know, like whatever it is, you know, have to come right here, have to call us up. Then I'll write a report up, then go to one of the detectives. and talk
But
to
you
them.
understand she doesn't have hardly anything to do with this, right? It's 90% me. I'm only using her pictures.
Right. You're using her pictures. That is the fucking point, Skeeter.
Okay. So if you
Yeah,
have
sure.
all this info, then
Yeah.
you probably want to take it down to the SVU, special
Okay.
victims.
That's fine.
Then they will explain to you properly, you know, like what to do about that. But as of now,
Okay.
there's absolutely
Nothing you can do.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now,
And even though that
you
he's
know,
physically here to me.
Also got to understand, this cop is here being like, yes, this is hearsay. And as far as I'm concerned at the moment, there's nothing I can do. And this is a waste of my time when I could be helping someone in an emergency. Or I could be a fucked up cop or something. I don't know. I don't know his intentions, but it's a waste of time. That's what I'm saying.
To meet up. That's not sufficient.
No,
Sorry, it's not a waste of time. He interprets it as a waste of time.
it's not sufficient at all.
Okay.
It's just accusing somebody of, you know, stuff. You know.
Wow. Okay. Even though it's all right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if you take it down to on the, you know, special victims,
I gotcha.
can tell you
Exactly.
what
There's
to do.
investigators for this
Yeah.
You
stuff.
know, but on the street, there's not much I can do right there.
Okay, I gotcha.
All right.
Well, yeah, we just wanted to get someone out here to, kind of explain what's going on.
Okay. And
Because last
if
time I
anything-
checked, it is illegal to even talk to someone like that online who you think is 13, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if anything, you know, you call.
It is illegal, but you have to put in the evidence. There's no legal basis if you don't have evidence to provide for people who are qualified to take care of this. My God! Oh! They know this shit. They know this shit. Oh.
Goes back. Yeah, if you find out, you know, if you go down there,
exactly, it's not evidence.
Whatever
It's
they tell you,
still
just
speculative.
All I gotta do is
Okay.
just make myself a better person out here to, you know.
Sure. All right, sir. Well, appreciate you coming out.
Do you have on your ID on you actually?
I do.
I hope they don't play up the police being awful. I don't doubt it. Because that's what a lot of these channels do. Is like, the police aren't doing anything, so we take matters into our own hand, which is vigilante justice. In fact, I would actually say this cop is being very responsible in how he's going about this.
Yeah.
So you're from Michigan?
Yep.
What are you doing back here now?
We do this all over, sir.
Okay. And how do you know this person is actually right here?
I'm sorry, what?
How do you know this person was actually here?
How'd I know he was here?
Yeah.
Because he's texting my phone who he thinks is a 13-year-old girl and saying that he's here.
The info,
yes,
the address, everything.
Yes, he thinks that he's
crazy. Notice how it's all coming together for the cop. Because they've displayed why they know this shit. This is some bullshit. He could arrest someone that is innocent. Yeah, exactly. And that puts his job in danger. Not only does it put his job in danger, but I mean, it creates a precedent. The cops don't have a good reputation right now. No need to make it worse for someone who, for all he knows, is innocent. Now, as far as we can speculate, this guy's guilty. Allegedly. Just doing the right thing, trying to understand what the fuck is going on. Bad on the journalists for not giving them that ahead of time. Yeah. Cops already have a bad precedent as it is. Arresting someone who's potentially innocent, yeah, that's highly irresponsible. This is, yeah, he's analyzing in real time. Just like we're reviewing this in real time. Like, he's analyzing in real time. And, yeah.
He's here to pick up a 13-year-old girl. Okay. That is what he thought.
How long have you been living right here?
Sir, you're not. I'm sorry, you're not understanding this. We're staying. This is the house that we're renting.
So you're renting this house?
We're renting this house right here.
Get here.
He drove here to pick up a 13-year-old girl.
Okay.
And he thought the 13-year-old girl was living here.
Okay.
Notice how the journalist is getting irritated. Yeah, the journalist is now getting irritated with the officer. The officer is not understanding, to be fair. But that being said, he's having to explain himself. Yeah, exactly. At least Chris Hansen did it right. Well, as right as he could. No, he's not being super clear.
That's what I'm saying, sir. I really can't understand it. It boggles me.
That's the thing, is as long as Skeeter Jean, like you said, slow it down, explain how it works. They're being detained right now. Because there's potentially a legal basis. Like the guy on this side here, he can't walk away from this scene. Take your time and explain it. You're already taken this guy's time for potential emergencies that he can handle on this night, especially in the middle of the hood. Take your time and explain it clearly. Don't get frustrated. I understand it's frustrating, but don't. Just don't. Just don't.
Alright, there's your stuff there. You know where to go for special victims?
Oh, Sidious, you're right. It is a neighbor.
No, but I'm sure I can look it up.
Okay.
I got their number.
You have a phone number for them?
I got their number.
Now, not only did the police take forever to arrive on site, but this police officer...
Also, I just want to point out, did you notice that bad editing job?
No, but I'm sure I can look it up.
Okay.
I got their number.
You have a phone number for them?
I got their number.
Now, not only did the police take forever to arrive on site, but this police officer showed up at the worst time possible. I only got through about...
It faded on his voice. Yeah, that's pretty bad. You could have done the fade in on the music and not the voice, but it looks like that either A, they meshed it all together, or they faded in for both. That's stupid. That's really bad audio editing. He didn't show up when I wanted him to. Sidious, I'm not going to lie to you. I was hoping that you were wrong. I was hoping that we were wrong. But we were right. And goddamn, isn't that disappointing? Well, that's so disappointing. He showed up too early. I wasn't able to get my full interview. He took forever, but I wasn't able to get my full interview. Yeah, sometimes being right isn't the most satisfying feeling.
About half of the chat log with Eric before this police officer, came in and sort of interrupted. It is what it is, but not only did the police come late and...
That's a sad thing. We see where all the issues are. Something about common sense not being common.
At an inconvenient time for me, but this police officer...
Bro! Oh my god! Bro! Are you shitting on my nuts right now? Oh my god! Not only did he take forever, but he interrupted me. How did you want it? How did you want it? You made me get up from my fucking chair because you complained that he took forever to get there, but when he got there, it was at the wrong time. Oh! God! Oh! Okay. I'm definitely putting this up on YouTube. Oh, whoop. What just happened? Oh, I muted it. Whoops.
Convenient time for me, but this police officer couldn't seem to comprehend the situation.
Should have cuffed him up first thing.
He seemed very confused. He was, for lack of a better term, a moron.
Notice I'm speechless. Oh. Oh. Anything I want to say right now, I cannot say it for TOS reasons.
All right. I mean, he was just terrible at his job. Just awful.
He was doing his job exactly. Dispatch with no knowledge. He had no evidence. He had nothing to apprehend the person for. Oh. Oh. He was literally doing his job. He was literally doing his job.
Well, I mean, I think I could have done a better job as a police officer, and I have zero training. Zero.
You're right, you have zero training, which is why you're in the situation that you're in, because you didn't put any fucking evidence to the SVU who can actually investigate it, who have the proper training to actually apprehend these people before they could commit a fucking crime. Narcissism much? Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, I've never been this heated on stream. Over a fucking YouTube video. I could do is, yeah. How did he not have it?
Experience in the field.
How did he not know about this thing that he was dispatched on based off of like speculation and that we had to explain over to the dispatch so that they could actually send him out over there and be able to resolve this potential we don't know situation? I knew it. I've only been investigating for 3 months on this guy. Yeah.
I mean, I even had to remind this police officer to ID Eric to get his identification. And he didn't even bother to check him for cocaine like he said.
You don't need to ID him if there's... Does he think that every detainment involves in getting information? Maybe learn what the fuck is going on, and if there's a legal basis that you could go off of, yeah, then you get their fucking information. God damn it, no! No, oh, no, God, no. Oh! Ooh.
Said he had. I told the guys on the phone that he supposedly has cocaine, and they did not bother to search him.
You weren't going to get his idea?
I'm sorry?
You weren't.
For a guy who does this shit, doesn't understand the laws or how these things should happen, because it's speculation. It's on his word. It's on his word. On his word, on his word, on his word. Well, what you want to do, tell them that you saw the cocaine, then they will search him!
You weren't going to get his idea? Yeah, you weren't going to... Yes, for my idea, you weren't going to get his. I just thought it would be even.
Which...
Don't lie about it, though. You have it documented.
You got your ID on you?
No, I don't, officer. And all my info's correct.
So how did you drive right here?
Huh?
How did you...
No, my wallet is at the house. At my house.
Where's your house? So you drove down here without no...
Yeah, without my wallet, though. That's it.
So you're driving without a license?
No, just not without my wallet.
So you said Eric... Alright, just hold on 1 second.
Sure.
Okay, that was stupid. You're driving without a license? No, I just forgot my wallet. Okay. Do you have your fucking license?
Out here on this block.
On this block, that's right.
He drove an hour and a half to meet her. But he wanted to take her fishing back to his place at he would have been there at midnight?
Yeah, he's planning to take her
It's
back.
not even funny though. I got 6 kids, 3 boys,
Oh.
3
And that's why we do it, because
This
kids
is
are important.
disgusting. No, because I watch this ID channel. The channel is on my CV right now. This just
Well, be sure you check out our channel.
I hope y'all really about to lock him up. So what channel is this? This pervert. This is a pervert that came to meet a girl. I'm just right there on the block. I seen the cops.
And you got young kids too.
Didn't I just said I have 6
He
kids,
come all the
3
way
boys
around
and 3
here.
girls.
All the way around here.
And we're trying to stop the problem, sir.
I understand what you're about, man.
Credit where it's due. You're trying to stop the problem. But this is exactly what I mean by like a sort of mob mentality. This could escalate further. This could escalate way further. Trying to stop it. How responsibly? I don't fucking know.
And then...
I got kids.
Now let me get my phone and tell my kids to come to the door. This is crazy.
We got about 4 guys on this block.
2 neighbors heated and 1 officer, right?
Kids.
That's nothing to keep a secret.
No, I ain't saying keep it a secret.
That's worldwide for everybody too.
The other thing too, and this is purely speculation. I'm not going to claim if I know this stuff. The officer probably feels that he can't call for backup because A, there's no situation technically happening. It's still speculation. And B, it's taking officers away from their job. But if things get heated, that's not good.
That's nasty. That's disgusting. I'm about to be around the corner.
How long have you been in this neighborhood?
All my life, since I was 9 years old.
Okay. Has anything like this ever occurred around here?
Sir, that's not all your life since you were 9 years old. There's 8 years you didn't consider, sir.
No.
But we got like 3 guys that live on this block. This house, you know.
Really? Are they known, like, on the registry?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
They send us a paper, you know, to tell us who they is,
Yeah.
what address they in.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
maybe they'll be adding another one soon.
Huh?
Maybe they'll be adding another one soon.
Well, he ain't from around here.
Not from around here, right? Maybe around his.
He ain't gonna come back.
Yeah, we don't think so. Okay.
And I'm pretty sure he's gonna explain to you exactly what I just told you.
Okay.
So we'll just take your information and
Sure.
let special directives run with it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Perfect response. That was a perfect response from that officer. Wow. It's crazy. It's like SVU can do this shit. Who would have thunk it?
Do we have this information? Yes. How do you guys know this guy? You guys.
So we set up
what
these.
information you have on him?
So we set up these profiles on these dating apps, posing as young teens, and this gentleman hit up the account, and the girl told him she was 13. He got very sexual. The conversation went on for about 4 months now, and today he decided to basically come and try to pick her up.
At this point, we're gonna document the incident.
Okay.
Get good information on him, and we'll give it to special victims. And if they see, after they review all the evidence, they feel as though they need to arrest or get a warrant, they lock him up.
Sure.
Do you all see the process? You see how these cops didn't have the prior knowledge to do anything about it? And now that they have the knowledge, they can, to what Sidious is saying, go through the process. Wow, that was the most calm I've actually felt in saying that sentence. Anyway.
Okay.
No, you're not dumb.
Well, we'll
You're
see.
based.
It's his phone number,
Fucking
right?
based as fuck.
All of it. It's all there. Yeah.
And the phone is under his name, right?
It is.
And he told y'all where he live at, right? He just don't have no ID.
He didn't tell us, but yeah. Yeah, he just doesn't. He doesn't have an
He
idea.
just don't have no ID.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they run into that every day, man. People.
Okay, that shit is legitimately funny. Oh, can I see your ID? No, I left my wallet at home. So you drove without a license? No, I didn't drive without a license. I just left my wallet at home. What the fuck does that mean? It just implies that you don't have your ID on you, you dumbass.
ID. It's just crazy. He came all the way down here. Where he from?
Now
he's from. We're from Michigan.
That's some cokehead shit.
Yeah.
So I need to make this clear again. I am not defending the dude who's being detained and doesn't have his license. He's a piece of shit as far as I'm concerned. Huge piece of shit. However, there is legit critique in this kind of predator catching content that needs to be addressed, and that's why I'm doing this segment. I believe that what these people are doing, they believe they're doing good in stopping people from abducting or doing anything with children. However, there is criticisms to be had. If you couldn't tell for like the past almost 2 hours,
You come all the way down here like that.
Mm-hmm. It's wild. It goes to it shows you something. It's really
just
saying
that
something.
Easy. That's how somebody could have been a predator towards him.
exactly, and the
took his
views
ass.
and the drama
Could have been.
It's grown men that like grown men.
There sure are, sir.
and clout for sure.
There's something out there for everyone.
I did 10 years. I've been seeing every thing. Everything.
A long time. I mean, you've been on this block a long time, right?
Yeah, I've been here since I was 9. I'm 62 years old.
Yeah. You seen it all.
Damn near, man. Nothing would surprise me. That's a long way for him to drive me.
Oh, sure is, sir.
In the middle of the night. I got a cheeseburger in the truck I just got. It's probably cold now.
Oh, I would imagine so.
That's crazy. You come all the way down.
I love this guy.
And only because he here, probably nobody done walk by. Because there's people walk around all night.
Mm-hmm.
There's crackheads walk around all night that would take care of him.
Yeah, he's got to be careful himself, you know.
What he driving that little car right there?
Oh, the Silver Saturn?
Looks like him.
Ain't got no license, nothing.
Yeah, so he don't even live in Philly, so
He doesn't.
That's what's funny too. It's like this guy has nothing to do with this operation. He's like, fuck, man, I have cold cheeseburgers. They're probably cold by now. Oh, that was good.
You're right. Yeah, he's from Allentown.
yeah. So I mean, like once Allentown will have to hook up with our special victims, and they can do a joint thing or whatever. But just be smart about it next time.
I gotcha.
God, this fucking officer is actually being based as fuck. I don't, as a leftist, I usually don't use those words, but he's being based as fuck. He's right. Be fucking smart about it.
Yeah, that would have been the shit.
Yeah,
that would have been the shit.
All the information, you should have contacted, our special victims unit.
Okay. I know police departments ever offered me that, so going forward, I'll do that.
Well, yeah, like I said, we'll gladly.
Okay. I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, the officer said, be smart about it. That was fucking based. Be smart about it.
Because he doesn't even live here.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
When
I understand.
The warrant is going to be way out there.
Yeah.
For an incident that happened online.
Online, it's
that ended up here.
I understand. Yeah.
Just be smart about it next time.
I understand.
All right.
No, it's good information. We appreciate it.
And it's good work you guys are doing.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Take care.
Have a good night.
I gotta say, that officer was being very responsible. I think they're actually doing... excuse me. They're doing good work in gathering the evidence and being sure that child predators are kept off the streets. I think they're doing good work. But they are being dumb. Yeah, this fucking officer, that was based. That was fucking based. I never thought I would ever say that about a police officer, but that was based. Their evidence gathering is great, but they don't need to be part of the justice. Yeah. And I mean, so once they've been arrested. Yeah, exactly. And I think, granted, and this is what you were talking about earlier, Sidious, about the views and them trying to get clout and the views. If this guy was arrested and they had known about this, they could talk about how they gathered the evidence and still get plenty of clout for it. And they deserve it. And as far as I'm concerned, they deserve the clout. It's just shit like this is stupid. It's irresponsible. I don't know how many times I could say it's irresponsible. It's irresponsible. It's irresponsible. Irresponsible. Irresponsible.
I need to move my truck, man. Yeah. Yeah.
You want us to heat up your burgers for you? Please do.
We got a microwave.
I want 3 houses.
Now, luckily, another police officer came out who did know what he was talking about, and he directed me to get the information over to the police department of the city where Eric was actually from.
The other officer knew what he was talking about. That was a bad edit. The supervising officer showed up. And yeah, maybe he knows more about what he's talking about, but the first officer was still going through the legal process. He was asking the right questions. He was trying to gather information correctly. That's what they're supposed to do, exactly. And like, oh, this guy knows more what he's talking about. Even if that's the case, I still think that first officer handled it responsibly.
Since then, I've reached out to that police
It's been the
department,
first 2 weeks.
gave them the info, and haven't heard much since. So, unfortunately,
That's not their responsibility to let you know. Hate to tell you that, bud. That's not their responsibility. Their responsibility is to investigate and then go from there. Then they can let you know. But that's not... They don't need to let you know. He did his job, and when he thought there might be more, he called someone higher up. Literally the perfect situation. He couldn't have looked better, honestly. The officer, I mean, he did everything right. Yeah, you know, I got you.
in these situations, that's all I can really do is let the police know of the situation and leave it up to the law to decide what is ultimately going to happen to
true.
Eric here.
I mean, he was the only officer.
Now, I do hope
there.
that Eric can at least learn something from this situation and not try to meet up with any more underage girls. And I hope he finds the right neighborhood to thug it out in next time, because that was just embarrassing. We know that there are many, many other predators out there, just like Eric. And if they happen to fall in our investigation, they will be discovered, and they will ultimately get skeeted, just as Eric did. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of To Skeet a Predator. If you did, be sure to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel.
Nope. The fact that these cops don't seem to actually care, disgusting. No, I think they cared. They just didn't know what the fuck was going on. Really sad the police didn't put this man in jail or even press charges. There was, despite the evidence, if there was evidence, and there was, they didn't have it on them. Yeah, that's basically what I expected for these comments. All right. That was that segment. Fuck, I need to take my dog out. I'll be back. Because, oh man, that was infuriating.